Imagine Denzel standing tall, delivering this with intense passion, wisdom, and that unmistakable charisma. Trust is the foundation. Trust is the bedrock of any relationship, and it's especially vital in friendship.
If you have someone in your life who claims to be your friend, the very first thing you need to look at is trust. This is not something that can be given away lightly, nor should it be given to someone who hasn't proven their reliability.
Trust is not a one-time gesture. It's something that has to be earned over time through consistency and authenticity. When you place trust in someone, you are giving them access to a piece of yourself that's very personal. Whether it's your thoughts, your emotions, or even your vulnerabilities, trust means you believe they will protect those pieces of you and handle them with care. In a real friendship, trust is mutual. Both people feel secure knowing the other will honor their confidence and keep their word. This creates a strong bond where both parties feel safe to be their true selves, free of judgment or manipulation. However, a fake friend uses trust as a tool for their own gain. They might pretend to listen, pretend to care, but deep down, their real motivation is to take something from you. Whether it's personal information, favors, or just a feeling of having power over you, they will twist the concept of trust to benefit themselves. They might say all the right things to gain your trust quickly, but as soon as you open up to them, they'll use that trust against you in subtle ways that erode your sense of security. This could come in the form of gossiping about you behind your back, or worse, using your vulnerabilities as leverage in future situations. A fake friend might also break trust in more obvious ways. They could promise something, whether it's an act of loyalty, a favor, or being there when you need them, and then fail to deliver. When this happens, it's not just the act of breaking a promise, it's the deeper violation of your belief in them as a person. Trust, once broken, is incredibly difficult to rebuild, and when it's violated, the whole foundation of the friendship begins to crumble. You start to question their motives, their intention, and whether or not they are genuinely invested in the relationship. In some cases, the damage is irreparable, and the only choice left is to walk away. The thing about trust is that it is not easily forgotten. It is one of those things that once fractured, leaves scars, even if the person who broke it never sees them. Trust isn't just a word, it's an action, a pattern of behavior. And while you may choose to forgive someone for breaking that trust, that doesn't mean the relationship will ever be the same. A fake friend, on the other hand, is often completely unaware of the damage they've caused. They don't realize that their actions have left you questioning your bond with them, and they won't take the necessary steps to rebuild what they've broken. In fact, they may not even care. Their focus is never on the friendship itself, but on how they can manipulate the situation to their advantage. Real friends, by contrast, don't need to announce their loyalty. You know they are trustworthy because they've shown it time and time again. When they tell you something, you believe because their words align with their actions. They don't make promises they can't keep. But if something comes up that prevents them from fulfilling a commitment, they will let you know in advance. There is no hiding behind excuses or lies because their integrity is apparent in every part of their behavior. In moments of doubt, they will be the first to reassure you, not by merely saying things you want to hear, but by showing through consistent support and transparency that you can rely on them. Trust isn't just about being dependable when things are going well. It's about showing up in the toughest moments. A real friend will stand by your side when the chips are down, when everyone else might walk away, or when they're faced with the same challenges you're facing. They don't just trust you when it's easy, they trust you when it's easy. They trust you when it counts. They will never leave you out in the cold when you need them the most. They will help you stand tall when your world feels like it's crumbling. A fake friend, on the other hand, often shows their true colors when the going gets tough. They may start off by being charming, offering kind words, and making grand promises, but when the hard times hit, they will retreat. They might act as though they have no responsibility to be there for you, or start pointing fingers at your mistakes rather than offering support. They will show you through their actions that your trust was never meant to be reciprocal. This is why trust is such an important sign of a fake friend, because it's the litmus test for everything else in a friendship. If someone cannot be trusted to have your back when it matters most, then they are not truly your friend. They may wear the title, but their actions will reveal them for what they are. Fake friends often try to keep the appearance of friendship without putting in the real work that creates genuine, lasting connections. Trust is the currency of real friendship, and once it's broken, it's almost impossible to rebuild. In the end, you have to be careful where you place your trust. Don't give it away freely to someone who hasn't proven they're worthy of it. Take the time to observe their behavior over time and pay attention to the way they handle both good and bad situations. If they can't be trusted with your heart, your hopes, or your struggles, then it's time to reevaluate whether or not they should still have a place in your life. Consistent actions over words in any genuine friendship. Actions will always speak louder than words. This is one of the most critical lessons you can learn when it comes to evaluating the authenticity of someone's friendship. Words are easy. Anyone can say the right things, make promises, or express affection. But the real measure of a person's character, especially in a friendship, is found in what they do, not what they say. Words without follow-through are meaningless. And when someone's actions don't align with their words, it's often a sign that they are not genuine in their intentions. A true friend doesn't need to constantly remind you of their loyalty because their actions show it. They are dependable, they are present, and they follow through on the things they say they'll do. Whether it's showing up for you in times of need, supporting you during difficult decisions, or just being there for the small, everyday moments that matter, their actions make it clear that they value you. A real friend will keep their word. If they promise to help you move, they'll be there with the truck on moving day. If they promise to lend a listening ear, they'll be there for that conversation when you need it most. They understand that friendship is not just about making grand declarations. It's about being present when it counts. When it counts. On the flip side, a fake friend is all about the words. They will tell you everything you want to hear. I'm always here for you. I've got your back no matter what. But when the time comes to prove those words, they are nowhere to be found. Maybe they make an excuse about being too busy or unavailable. Maybe they don't even offer an apology for not showing up. Either way, their words become hollow because their actions don't reflect them. They've got plenty of promises, but when you need them to step up, they're nowhere to be found. This pattern can become especially damaging in friendships where you're consistently the one giving. You're putting in the time, effort, and emotional energy, but you're not seeing the same effort return. A fake friend might even use the fact that they've made promises or said nice things as a way to manipulate you into continuing to support them. They'll reassure you with words, making it seem like everything is fine and you're the one who is at fault for not understanding. But the truth is, when someone truly cares, they don't just talk about it. They show it through their actions. A fake friend might also give you the impression that they're listening to your needs or concerns, but when the rubber meets the road, their behavior tells a different story. They might offer you empty compliments or words of encouragement that feel good in the moment, but these words lack substance when it's time to act. They may say they're happy for your success, but when you look deeper, their actions tell you that they're actually envious. Maybe they're not there for you during difficult times or fail to show excitement when you share good news. The words may sound kind, but the lack of effort shows you where their true feelings lie. This can be especially hard to spot because fake friends can be incredibly skilled at using words to manipulate the situation. They know how to say the right things at the right times, and they know how to make you feel guilty or responsible when they fail to follow through. They might tell you how much they care or how much they're rooting for you, but over time you start to see that their actions never align with their words. When you confront them about their lack of support or broken promises, they may come up with excuses or become defensive, but the pattern of behavior remains unchanged. It's at this point that you have to recognize the difference between someone who is saying the right things and someone who is showing you through their consistent actions that they are truly invested in the friendship. The danger of being caught in this cycle is that words are often so easy to believe. We want to believe the best in people, especially those we care about. We want to believe that someone who says, "I'm here for you," truly means it. And we hold on to the hope that eventually their actions will catch up with their word. But if you keep waiting for them to change and nothing ever changes, then it's time to let go of the illusion that their words are enough. Friendship is about actions, showing up, being present, and putting in the effort to nurture the relationship. In real friendships, actions are consistent, even when things are difficult. There are no excuses when it comes to real support. If a friend truly cares about you, they don't leave you hanging when you need them. They take the time to invest in the friendship, whether it's by checking in on you, offering a helping hand, or just being there to listen. They don't need to say "I care" over and over because their actions say it all. They prove it through their dedication, loyalty, and reliability. And here's the truth. If you find yourself constantly waiting for someone to live up to their words, you're not in a real friendship. You're in a situation where you're giving more than you're receiving, and that, my friend, is not sustainable. Friendships are about mutual respect and support, where both people give and take in equal measure. A real friend understands this balance and reflects it in both their words and actions. So, look at the actions. Don't just listen to the promises. Pay attention to how people behave when they say they care, when they claim they are there for you. Their actions will reveal their true intentions, and they will either build your trust or break it. If their actions align with their words, then you found someone worth holding on to. If not, then it's time to let go. Because no matter how sweet the words sound, without the actions to back them up, they are nothing but empty promises. A real friend shows you who they are through their actions, not just through their words. In the world we live in, it's easy to get caught up in the talk. People love to tell you what they think you want to hear, promise you the world, and assure you that they've got your back. But the truth is, anyone can say the right things. The real measure of a friend, however, is found in what they do, how they act when it counts, how they treat you when no one's watching, and how they respond when you need them most. When you think of someone who is truly your friend, ask yourself this: do their actions align with their words? A true friend's actions will consistently match up with what they say. If they say they're there for you, they'll show up. If they promise to support you, they will find ways to do so, even when it's inconvenient. If they tell you they care, you'll feel that care not only in their words, but in the way they follow through with their commitments, big or small. Real friends don't need to repeatedly remind you that they're your friend. They show it by being dependable, consistent, caring, day in and day out. One of the most telling signs of a fake friend, however, is the disconnection between what they say and what they do. A fake friend might tell you all the right things. "I've got your back," or "Don't worry, I'll always be there for you, you can count on me." But when the moment comes to prove it, they're nowhere to be found. They'll make excuses, delay their promises, or just simply fail to show up. These are the friends who leave you stranded when you need them most, or who, after promising to help, disappear the moment they're asked to follow through. The difference between words and actions in friendships becomes evident in the toughest times. When life hits you hard and you're feeling down, you need friends who won't just say, "Everything will be okay," but who will roll up their sleeves and be there for you, offering their support in tangible ways. A true friend doesn't just offer words of encouragement from a distance. They step in, lend a hand, and stand by your side. They show you that they are invested in your well-being, not just through comforting words, but through concrete actions that reflect that commitment. Fake friends, on the other hand, can be especially skilled in making promises. They know the right things to say to make you feel secure, but their lack of action exposes their true intentions. They might tell you they're proud of you or that they'll always have your back, but when it comes down to being there for you in times of crisis or need, they fade into the background. These types of friends often rely on the power of words to maintain the illusion of support, hoping that you won't notice the gap between what they say and what they actually do. They might even tell you that they are meant to help or are intended to show up. But when those words are not backed up by real action, it's a clear sign that their words were just empty promises. Furthermore, fake friends will often manipulate situations to make it seem like they're doing more than they actually are. They may use language to make you feel guilty for questioning their lack of follow-through, or they may redirect blame to make it seem like you're the one being unreasonable. They'll promise the world but never follow through. If they do show up, it's usually on their terms, when it's convenient for them, or only when there's something in it for them. They don't have the same level of investment in the relationship because, at the core, their friendship is about getting something from you not about mutual support. It's in these moments that the contrast between true friends and fake friends crystal clear. A true friend doesn't need to be asked twice. They know that actions speak louder than words. When they say they care, they'll show it through their behavior, even in the smallest gestures. It could be something as simple as sending a thoughtful message when they know you're going through time, showing up on short notice to lend a helping hand, or just making time to listen when you need to talk. These actions, though small, speak volumes about their character and commitment to the friendship. In contrast, when you're dealing with a fake friend, you'll find yourself constantly questioning their sincerity. You'll begin to notice that their promises don't materialize into anything tangible. You'll realize that they're all talk, no action. And while words can be comforting in the moment, they ultimately fail to build trust or strengthen the bond between friends. Real friendships are built on shared experiences, genuine support, and consistent actions over time. When those actions align with what's said, you build a foundation of trust that becomes the backbone of a lasting friendship. Ultimately, the test of any friendship is not in the promises or words spoken, but in the way that person shows up in your life. If their actions don't reflect their words, you're dealing with someone who is not truly invested in the relationship. You deserve better than empty promises. You deserve friends who not only tell you they care, but show you through their actions, people who are there for you when it matters, who put in the effort, and who stand by you through thick and thin. This is what real friendship looks like. And if you don't see that reflected in someone's actions, it's time to reconsider the role they play in your life. Because actions always speak louder than words. And when words don't match up with actions, the friendship is one-sided and at worst entirely fake. True friends are those who stand by you not just when the sun is shining, but also when the storm clouds gather. Life isn't always smooth sailing, and it's in those turbulent moments that the quality of a friendship truly reveals itself. A real friend shows their loyalty and commitment when things get tough. They are not only there for the good times when life feels easy and victories are plentiful, they are the ones who stay close when you're facing hardship, struggle, or loss. These are the times when you'll truly see the depth of their character. Real friends know that your bond is most crucial when you need support the most, and they never hesitate to step in, offer a helping hand, or simply be there to listen. A fake friend, on the other hand, often only appears when the going is easy. They enjoy the moments of celebration, the successes, and the laughter. They love to be seen in your highlights, sharing in your joy, and basking in your light. But when your world starts to fall apart, when you're struggling, or when your plans unravel, that's when you begin to notice who's truly in your corner. Fake friends tend to fade away when times are hard, and their absence can speak louder than their presence ever did. They will offer empty words of encouragement, but when it's time to show up and provide tangible support, they vanish, leaving you alone in the storm. This pattern often goes unnoticed until you find yourself in a crisis. It's easy to overlook the lack of support from a friend when everything is going well. But when life knocks you down, whether it's a personal setback, a financial struggle, an emotional breakdown, or any challenge that tests your strength, that's when the cracks in the friendship begin to show. A real friend doesn't shy away from the hard times. They embrace them with you. They stand by you in your vulnerability, offering not only words of comfort, but also concrete help. Whether it's helping you pick up the pieces after a personal failure or offering a shoulder to cry on when you've lost something precious, they prove their loyalty in action. They are the ones who will show up in ways that matter, through acts of kindness, through offering their time, or even by simply being there, holding space for your emotions. Fake friends, by contrast, often take a step back when things get difficult. They may try to maintain a facade of support by offering superficial comfort, like sending a text or offering vague words of encouragement. But they rarely offer their time or energy when you truly need it. You might find that when you're struggling, they become increasingly distant, too busy to check in or too caught up in their own lives to offer genuine support. Their absence becomes even more evident when you compare it to the way they showed up for the good times. They aren't there when it counts. They're quick to exit, leaving you feeling abandoned at a time when you need people the most. This tendency of fake friends to disappear during tough times is often coupled with a lack of empathy. Instead of understanding your pain or offering a safe space for you to express your struggles, they might even turn the situation back on you. They could downplay your struggles, suggesting you will get over it or that things could be worse, offering shallow advice that fails to address your true needs. They may even make your situation about them, shifting the focus away from your needs and making it feel as though you're a burden. In extreme cases, fake friends may even criticize you for not being strong enough or judge you for needing help, further isolating you when you're already vulnerable. A real friend, in contrast, understands the value of emotional support. They know that sometimes what you need most isn't solutions or advice, but simply someone who will be there to share the load. They don't try to fix everything. They just show up, listen, and give you the space to process your emotions. They recognize that real support isn't about rescuing you, but about being there for you through the highs and the lows. They know that stand in the hard times is what builds the foundation for a true lasting friendship. Moreover, true friends often go beyond offering just emotional support. They are the ones who are willing to sacrifice their own time, energy, and resources to help you when things are tough. They might offer to help you with practical tasks like running errands, or offer financial or material support if you're going through. They don't hesitate to put their own comfort aside to help you get through your struggles. Their help is not conditional on how easy things are. It's unwavering, even when it's inconvenient for them. Their loyalty isn't something they display when it's easy to do so. It's something they demonstrate when it's the hardest, showing their true commitment to the friendship. Fake friends, in contrast, will often bail when there's no immediate benefit for them. When you need them, they'll find reasons to prioritize other things in their life. They don't understand the importance of being present during the difficult times, and they may even distance themselves because they find it emotionally taxing to be around someone who is struggling. Their lack of empathy and willingness to engage in your struggles leaves you feeling isolated and unsupported. And over time, this absence takes a toll on the friendship. In the end, a true friend is someone who stands by you when everything else falls apart. They don't just stick around for the good moments. They show up when things are tough, offering support, love, and understanding. They are there to lift you up, not just in times of joy, but in times of sorrow, hardship, and doubt. Fake friends, on the other hand, may offer the illusion of companionship, but they disappear when you need them most. Real friends know that loyalty and true support are most needed when the road gets rough. They are the ones who will be there with you through the storm, making sure you never have to face it alone. Genuine friendships are rooted in mutual respect, and respect is demonstrated not only in words, but in actions. When you have a true friend, they respect your boundaries, your needs, and your individuality. They understand that each person is different, and that part of friendship is accepting those differences without judgment. A real friend celebrates who you are as a person without trying to change you to fit their own vision of what you should be. They value your perspective, even when it differs from theirs, and they never make you feel less than for thinking or being different. Respect in a friendship allows both people to feel safe, heard, and appreciated. A fake friend, however, often disregards these boundaries and displays disrespect in subtle or overt ways. They might push you to do things you're uncomfortable with, manipulate situations to get their own way, or ignore your feelings and needs. They see friendship as something transactional, where they expect to receive something in return without offering the same level of respect. This lack of respect can manifest in many ways. They might gossip about you behind, betray your trust, or make decisions without considering how it affects you. A fake friend doesn't take the time to truly understand or appreciate who you are as an individual. They are more interested in what you can do for them or how they can use the friendship to their advantage. Respect in a true friendship is shown through consideration of each other's time, energy, and emotional needs. A real friend makes an effort to understand where you're coming from and honors the things that matter to you. They listen without judgment, give you space when you need it, and check in on you even when you're not asking for it. They take the time to learn about your values, passions, and boundaries, and they make sure that their actions align with respecting those things. For example, a true friend will ask for your opinion on matters that involve you, or they'll make sure to support your decisions, even if they don't agree with them. They won't force their own beliefs or desires on you. Instead, they'll encourage you to pursue what's best for you, no matter how it aligns with their own interests. A fake friend, on the other hand, often does the opposite. They disregard your feelings and put their own needs ahead of yours. They might pressure you into doing things you're uncomfortable with, or constantly ask for favors without offering to return the same courtesy. They may dismiss your emotions or trivialize your concerns, leaving you feeling devalued and neglected. In extreme cases, a fake friend may even try to control aspects of your life, attempting to dictate who you should hang out with, what you should believe, or how you should act. Their actions suggest that they are more interested in serving their own agenda than in maintaining a healthy, balanced friendship. This lack of respect often shows up when it comes to honoring boundaries. A true friend understands that personal space is essential and that boundaries must be respected for the friendship to thrive. They don't intrude on your private matters or push you into uncomfortable situations. They respect your need for time alone, your emotional limits, and your decision-making process. If you express a need for personal space, a real friend won't take offense or try to convince you otherwise. They will understand and support your need for independence. In contrast, a fake friend often ignores or even dismisses your boundaries. They may push you to hang out when you're not in the mood, or they may pressure you into sharing things you're not ready to open up about. They may act as though your personal needs and boundaries are inconvenient, seeing them as obstacles to getting what they want out of the friendship. Over time, this can leave you feeling drained, as if you're constantly giving more than you're receiving, or that you're not allowed to assert your own needs. A fake friend will try to make you feel guilty for setting boundaries, or will guilt trip you into compromising your own comfort for the sake of their desires. Respect also plays a key role in how conflict is handled in a friendship. In any relationship, disagreements are bound to happen. A real friend will approach these moments with maturity and understanding. They will listen to your side of the story, even if they don't agree with you, and they will seek to resolve the conflict in a way that honors both of your feelings. They won't belittle you or dismiss your point of view. Instead, they'll work together with you to find common ground. This kind of respect allows both people to grow and learn from each other, strengthening the friendship over time. A fake friend, however, handles conflict differently. Instead of engaging in respectful dialogue, they might resort to passive-aggressive behavior, manipulation, or outright hostility. They might try to control the situation or make you feel as though the problem is entirely your fault. Instead of seeking resolution, they are more interested in winning the argument or maintaining power over you. They might use the conflict as a way to make you feel small or unimportant rather than working toward mutual understanding. This approach to conflict reveals a lack of respect for your feelings and a disregard for the value of the relationship itself. Over time, the lack of respect in a fake friendship will become increasingly clear. You might notice that you feel more drained than uplifted, more criticized than supported, and more isolated than connected. A real friendship, on the other hand, leaves you feeling valued, heard, and understood. When respect is mutual, both people feel empowered to be their true selves without fear of judgment or manipulation. You don't have to walk on eggshells or compromise who you are to keep the peace. In the end, respect is the cornerstone of any healthy friendship. It's the foundation that allows both people to thrive and grow together. If respect is lacking, the friendship becomes imbalanced, and one person ends up giving far more than they receive. A true friend understands that respect is not just a word, it's an ongoing practice, one that requires both people to actively engage in creating a space where the other feels safe, valued, and supported. Without respect, a friendship will never truly reach its potential, and it will eventually wither under the weight of neglect and disregard. The foundation of any meaningful friendship lies in trust, and trust is built on consistency, reliability, and honesty. When you have a true friend, you know you can rely on them. You can count on their word and their actions to align. Trust is built slowly, over time, as you experience shared moments, weather challenges together, and grow to understand that the friendship is grounded in mutual respect and loyalty. A real friend is someone who you can confide in, someone you know will keep your secrets and not use your vulnerability as a weapon. They understand that trust is sacred and they guard it as carefully as you would. A fake friend, however, undermines trust by being unreliable, inconsistent, or dishonest. They might tell you one thing and do another, or they might promise something but never follow through. With a fake friend, you often find yourself second-guessing their words and actions, unsure of whether they are being truthful or simply telling you what they think you want to hear. Over time, this inconsistency creates a sense of unease, as you're left questioning whether you can truly rely on them when it matters most. One of the clear signs of a fake friend is their inability to keep their word. Trust thrives in a relationship where both parties follow through on their promises, big or small. Whether it's something as simple as meeting up at a specific time or something more significant, like supporting you through a personal crisis, a real friend is someone you can count on to show up. They understand that their word is their bond. When they say they'll do something, they do it. A real friend doesn't make promises they can't keep, and they don't make excuses when they fall short. They take responsibility and make sure to address the situation, keeping your trust intact. A fake friend, by contrast, frequently breaks their promises. They might tell you they'll be there for you and then bail at the last minute, or they might make plans but fail to follow through, leaving you feeling disappointed and frustrated. They may offer excuses for why they couldn't show up, but the truth is that their behavior shows a lack of respect for your time and your emotions. They make promises without any real intention of fulfilling them, or they do so half-heartedly, leaving you to carry the weight of unmet expectations. Another aspect of trust that is often violated by fake friends is honesty. Trust cannot survive without truthfulness. And while a real friend will always be straightforward with you, even when the truth is hard to hear, a fake friend may choose to hide the truth, sugarcoat it, or tell you what they think you want to hear. They may lie to avoid conflict, manipulate situations to make themselves look better, or simply withhold important information because it doesn't serve their agenda. A real friend understands that honesty, even when uncomfortable, is necessary for a strong, healthy relationship. They're willing to speak their mind, share their thoughts, and offer their perspective, knowing that honesty is what strengthens the bond between you. Fake friends, on the other hand, often use dishonesty as a way to protect themselves or manipulate the situation to their advantage. They may tell lies to make themselves appear more favorable or hide things that might negatively impact the friendship. If you catch them in a lie, they may try to cover it up or dismiss your concerns, further eroding your trust. Over time, these lies and half-truths build a wall between you. As the more you learn about their dishonesty, the harder it becomes to believe anything they say. Without honesty, a friendship becomes a fragile illusion, and the foundation of trust starts to crack. Beyond dishonesty, fake friends also often betray your trust by sharing your personal information with others. A real friend understands the importance of confidentiality. They respect your privacy and guard your secrets. If you've shared something personal with them, they never use it against you or spread it to others. They understand that trust is a delicate thing, and when broken, it's hard to rebuild. A true friend would never betray your confidence for the sake of gossip or their own amusement. Fake friends, on the other hand, have no problem betraying that trust. They might gossip about you behind your back, sharing your private matters with others to entertain themselves or to maintain their own social standing. They may use your vulnerabilities against you, either intentionally or unintentionally, when it suits them. This behavior not only damages the relationship, but also leaves you feeling exposed, vulnerable, and hurt. It's one thing to have a disagreement or miscommunication, but when a friend reveals your private matters to others, it shows a complete disregard for the trust you placed in them. This betrayal is often one of the hardest aspects of a fake friendship to recover from, as it leaves lasting emotional scars. A real friend understands that trust isn't just about being there when things are good. It's about showing up when it matters most. In moments of crisis, when you need someone to lean on, a true friend is the one who remains steady and reliable. They don't bail when things get difficult, and they don't shy away from taking responsibility if they made a mistake. They're the ones who stick around even when the going gets tough, and they never use your vulnerabilities against you. Trust is built on these consistent actions, and as you experience these moments together, you begin to understand that this person is someone you can rely on. Fake friends, in contrast, are often nowhere to be found when you need them the most. They disappear in times of crisis or show up only when it benefits them. They may promise to support you, but fail to come through, leaving you to face challenges alone. Their actions demonstrate that they're not invested in the relationship in the way you are. Their unreliability in tough situations becomes one of the biggest red flags, signaling that their interest in the friendship is shallow and self-serving. Trust is the bedrock of any strong friendship, and without it, the relationship cannot survive. Fake friends will always undermine this trust, whether through dishonesty, broken promises, or betrayal. In contrast, a real friend earns your trust through consistent, honest actions and unwavering support. They understand that trust must be protected, nurtured, and respected at all costs. When trust is present, the friendship becomes a source of strength and security. Without it, the friendship is fragile, easily broken, and unable to withstand the challenges of life. In conclusion, recognizing the signs of a fake friend is crucial for maintaining the integrity of your relationships. True friendships are built on a foundation of trust, respect, loyalty, and honesty. A real friend will show up in your darkest moments, be there when it matters, and help you grow through both the challenges and successes of life. They will celebrate your victories without jealousy and support you through your struggles with compassion and understanding. A fake friend, on the other hand, may offer superficial comfort during the good times, but their absence or inconsistency in times of need reveals their true nature. They may betray your trust, ignore your boundaries, and take more from the relationship than they give. Remember, the value of a true friend lies not in the number of friends you have, but in the depth of the connection and the trust you share. It's better to have one real friend than 100 fake ones. Protect your peace, cherish those who uplift and support you, and be wary of those who only take without giving. Your time and energy are precious, and they deserve to be spent with those who truly value you for who you are, not just for what you can do for them. True friendship is a rare gift, and when you find it, hold on to it because it's one of life's most valuable treasures.